Historical ironies. Question 23. Who were the first humans on Earth and in the Americas? After years of studying archaeological artifacts, DNA links, and genes in populations around the world, a large body of scientists has repeatedly concluded that the first humans originated in Eastern Africa. However, there are also scientists who have produced opposing research proclaiming that the first humans originated in Europe, China, or Australia instead of Africa. Their arguments are puzzling and perplexing, since biologists and geneticists recognize that all colors are contained only in melanated or dark cells. Anthony Brauer, in his book From the Browder Files, stated a basic biological fact when he wrote that the black race can produce a race of brown, yellow, and white people, but it is impossible for a race of black people to be produced from white, yellow, or brown people. In 1871, Charles Darwin, who became known earlier for his theories on the origin of the species, publicly credited Black Africa as the cradle of all mankind. As would be expected, in response to the insatiable curiosity of people regarding where humans came from, theories about the origin of mankind usually track whatever attitude is considered politically correct at the time. People expect and prefer that any origin of mankind theories align with the population group that is dominant and most preferred. Since black people hold such a low socioeconomic status in world societies, it is only natural that many people find it offensive for science to imply that their ancestors were black or that they have black blood surging through their veins. They prefer to bury their African lineage and identify instead with a political state, language, or the culture of their country of origin. For whites, Asians, and other non-blacks to have feelings of superiority, they need positive images of themselves over blacks. For centuries, ethnic and religious groups have propagandized negative images of Africa while they exploited the continent of its material resources. It is the rare non-black person who chooses to accept their linkage to African or blackness. The word Africa was originally defined as the land of the blacks. Just like in America, other countries have established a ranking order of social acceptability for populations within their borders. In almost every country, the people have been indoctrinated to assign black people or those persons of African descent to the lowest level of acceptability. For nearly 2 centuries, inquiring minds have studied everything from the single-cell amoeba to buried bones and fossilized footprints to determine the cradle of mankind. National Geographic magazine published a migration pattern that tracked black people as they moved from Africa across the Bering Straits into the North American continent and became the original Native Americans. Similarly, in early 2000, the Discovery Channel aired The Real Eve, a documentary on the origin of humankind. Archaeologists used secular records, archaeological artifacts, and other tools to establish that the birthplace of Eve, the female from whom all life descended, was African. They then used genetic material and other scientific evidence to track humans from their original birthplace in Africa and their migration patterns around the world. The timeline presentation showed how human changing climatic conditions, traits, mutated according to their migration patterns, and in response to the color black is powerful. It is the base of and contains the essence of all colors. It is physically impossible for Asians, whites, Latinos, Chinese, or Australians to be the first humankind on Earth. Recognition as the first people of the Earth makes black people very special and unique. As amazing as that fact is, blacks as a race have not yet demanded the respect that should accompany that scientific finding. They have not proclaimed the work of those scientists that identified blacks as the world's first humans and the labor engine that drove economic development around the world. The first humans were black, and their black descendants should claim them in the name of black exceptionalism, which is the key to black people's survival and empowerment.